subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell.
Good morning, friends. How are y'all? If you're new here, welcome. My name is Brandy and I follow WW. Last year I was on maintenance. This year I'm switching back to weight loss mode, trying that out. So far, so good, but it's only January 18th. But anyhow, I'm just getting ready to eat breakfast. I do get 23 points a day and 28 weeklies. So far, I haven't went into my weeklies completely. That's not true. Last week I was on Girls Week and I didn't track Friday and Saturday. So I'm sure I went over then. There was lots of wine. But other than that, I've done really well. I've been doing about a pound a week off so far. That's not my official weigh-in for my week 3, but even this morning, every day it's like falling off little by little. I've been weighing every day all year just to see where I'm at. I typically don't do that, but I just wanted to give myself, see the variety. So at the beginning, it was like, woo, and now it's slowly starting to go down. So I'm feeling good about that. But it is already 9 a.m. I'm working from home. I hardly ever work, well, I say hardly ever. Twice a month I get to work from home. The sweet spot for me working at home would be once a week. I think that would just like for my mentality's sake and then like getting stuff done. I'm so productive when I work at home. But I'm a manager, so I have to be there, you know, to help people. I totally understand. Okay. So the other day, if you watched what I ate in a day, while I was cooking dinner, I went ahead and prepped some breakfast sandwiches, just some English muffin breakfast sandwiches. So I'm gonna pop one of those in the air fryer. I hadn't done this in many, many months. Used to, I did this every other week, like seriously. And I got burnt out on breakfast sandwiches, but now it's been so long that I really missed having a breakfast like ready to go. I felt like it threw my whole morning off. Like I would either make bad decisions or I'd be running late, all around breakfast. So I'm trying to get away from that. But this is just the 2-point English muffin, the like super healthy one. To be honest, they're not my fave, but when I'm really trying to reel it in, I can make them work in a pinch. A piece of low-fat Swiss cheese, that's the Harlsberg, my favorite. 2 slices of Canadian bacon, and an egg that I do bulk up with an egg white. So I'm gonna throw this in my air fryer, and let me show you how to do that because I kind of deconstruct it. So this is how I like to do it in the air fryer. You see the egg, Canadian bacon and cheese, and then I put the muffin straight down. That's because I like mine a little crispier. I find that it helps, and mine's set at 390, and I'm gonna do it for 4 minutes. So I want a big glass of coffee. I really feel like I need it. And on those mornings, usually when I'm working out too, but I'm not lifting, I like to have a protein coffee. This is the Alani Nu Munchie. I absolutely love it. The whole bottle is 4 points, but I never drink the whole bottle. I either divide it in thirds or fourths if I'm just having a little bit in coffee. But if I'm having a big coffee, I will do half. And I already did half earlier in the week, so that's why I have half for 2 points. And then my favorite coffee for years has been this Starbucks dark roast. I tried to brew my at-home coffee for a while, and I never got one that tasted good. So this is gonna be a big coffee. Woo! Probably that's enough. I've been drinking a lot of tea here lately because I find tea, I don't add anything to my tea, no sugar, no milk. So I know it's 0 points, whereas if I get to work, you know, always make me a coffee at home and have it. And then when I get to work, I was in the habit of having coffee. And there I was adding regular sugar and regular cream. So I decided this year I switched to when I get to work, if I want something, I have tea. So that works out well. My breakfast sandwich is ready, got my coffee. And the coffee, like I said, is 2 points. Let's count down the breakfast sandwich. It's 2 for the English muffin, 1 for the Canadian bacon, 2 for the cheese, and 0 for the egg. So it's 5 points. So together this is 7 points. A little bit higher points than I like. I like to keep my breakfast, especially if they're like not like a full-on, you know, big breakfast. I like to keep my breakfast around 5 points, but you know what? It'll be okay. It's 7 points. It is what it is. Okay, see you in a bit. Gotta get to work. It is 12:50 and I literally have not gotten up. Like just finished, well, the coffee I finished a long time ago, but it'll melt and I've been drinking it. But haven't gotten up, 0, like not even to go use the restroom. I am at like less than 700 steps for all day, which is awful when I work from home. But I just couldn't find a good like stopping point. I'm at a little stopping point. I didn't want to stop because I'm close to finishing, but I was like, you know what? You need to go eat. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I have sandwich stuff that I need to eat because I think it's going bad, but I just don't want that. I have been in this mood where I don't want any of my food. It's not that I'm not hungry. I'm hungry, but I just like nothing sounds good to me. I don't know. I get like that every once in a while. My little doggy wants to go out. Rio, do you want to go out? Yeah, he wants to go out. They've been sleeping by me. They love when I'm home from work. Here comes Ash. Oh, I'm tracking me, so I can't show him. That's funny. Let's see what we're gonna do for lunch. I do, after I grabbed my breakfast, I threw some chicken breast and chicken thighs in the sink to thaw. Not sure what we're having for dinner tonight. We're either having butter chicken, like Indian butter chicken, really simple. I got this mix from Trader Joe's. We've never had it. Or we're gonna have chicken Huli Huli Bowls with like a cabbage slaw. I don't know which one we're gonna have. We'll have one. I think I'm gonna cook the protein for both today since I am at home and I can do it. And then the other one we'll have tomorrow. So I'm kind of thinking the butter chicken maybe for tomorrow because like I can matter of fact, I should put it in the crock pot. I can dice up the chicken and like slow roast it in chunks so that way it's like super tender for buttered chicken. Matter of fact, I think I'll do that for the buttered chicken. But let me see what I'm gonna have for lunch. Okay, I have decided that I am going to have like a grilled cheese with ham. That just sounds good to me. It's a little cold in my house. So that is what we're going with. I'm just tracking my breakfast. I just realized I hadn't done it. So trying to get that done. Let's see. I'm missing something. English muffin, cheese. Oh, I'm missing that dog, I swear. Don't worry, I don't let him stay outside and bark like all day with the neighbors. I'm not that type of person. I only let him go outside for a little bit and then he has to come back in. If he barks too much, he comes in. But he knows not to bark because we have a bark collar that beeps at him, and if I bring that out, he'll stop. But I don't know, he just likes to bark. I'm trying to see, I have 2 different types of bread. So this Mrs. Barrett's, it's 70 calories a slice. And if I have 2 slices, it's 5 points. Or it's just 1 slice for 2 points. So it rounds up. Whereas this one, which is from Trader Joe's, it is also 2 points a slice. But when I go to 2 pieces, it's only 3 points. So I'm definitely going with this one. That doesn't make sense to me because they're the same calories. I don't know. I don't know how they can be like the same when you eat 1 slice, but you have 2. This one's 5 points and this one's 3. That's 2 extra points. It would make sense to me if this one would go to 4. I don't know. Who knows? But I just have my pan heating back here and I'm going to make me a grilled cheese real quick. I'm just gonna spray it with I can't believe it's not butter or parquet. This one's parquet. I actually prefer that I can't believe it's not butter. And I got a Velveeta cheese slice. So far with the bread and cheese, we're up to 4. And then I have some ham. And I'm gonna weigh it and see if I can get it down to 0 points. So I don't have to count points. Because I would like another piece of cheese. Okay, 1 slice of this ham. What brand is it? Columbus ham is 1 point, and I did weigh it, and 1 slice is exactly 1 ounce. And that's a good bit on my sandwich, so that'll be good. But I am gonna throw another piece of cheese on there. To me, a grilled cheese has to have cheese on both sides of the meat. While I was making my grilled cheese, I went ahead and made another ham sandwich for lunch tomorrow. It just has that, the cheese I had on my breakfast sandwich, the Swiss ham, mustard, and bread. So I try to do that a little bit. Like if you have a few minutes and you're doing something, like do double duty. It really helps. If not, in the morning, I'd be struggling like what to take for lunch. So now when I cook dinner tonight, I'll add whatever vegetable I'm chopping up. I'll add a vegetable and then I'll also add, I have some cantaloupe, but I think I already have cantaloupe at work. So I'm thinking I'll add some cottage cheese for some extra protein, or another fruit, something like that. But already halfway there. So I have my ham and cheese sandwich. It looks great. It like really looks good. I think this bread may be good because it's like a little hearty. But that sandwich is 3 points for the bread, 2 points for the cheese, and 1 for the ham. 6 points. Definitely a higher point for a sandwich than I typically like, but living on the edge today, what can I say? And I have some cantaloupe left, so gonna add that for 0 points. So far we're at 6 points for lunch. I'm gonna grab a soda as well, and if I need something else, I'll have it, but I'm gonna try to just have that. If I add something else, I'll show you for a course. But I think that should be pretty good. If not, if I added something, then I'm most likely not gonna have room for an afternoon snack, so I'd prefer, and I'm not really that hungry. Those breakfast sandwiches really fill me up, which is crazy. Because I used to make those all the time and I don't remember them being that filling. But even yesterday I ate one and I was like full. Like lunchtime I'm just not even hungry. And that was again today. It's almost 1 and I'm just now eating lunch. So I think this will be fine. So let me sit down and eat this and I'm going to go right back to work so I don't have to take time for lunch. That way I can get off a little early. So remember how this morning I said I had chicken thighs and chicken breast in the sink to thaw? Well, I am ready to deal with those. So I'm just gonna open them all up. And the reason why I have both, I was gonna split it between 2 different meals. I was gonna do thighs for one of the meals and then breast for the other. But I have decided not to do that. And instead, I'm gonna give my husband thighs for both meals and me breast for both meals. Just so I can do a little bit better this week, you know? I mean, if the meals I were making weren't that high in points, I'd go ahead and eat the thighs, but I thought about it and both meals are quite point heavy. So I'm just gonna give him the thighs, which he will be happy about. He loves chicken thighs, which they are yummy. The breasts are still a little frozen, but I think they're thawed enough where I can at least get them apart. So I'm gonna get all my chicken washed up and then I'm gonna dice it up. For the one meal, I'm gonna eat the Huli Huli Bowls. I like to cook the chicken whole, and so I'm gonna save one of the breasts for that. And then the other breast, I'm just gonna chunk up. It's still frozen, but I actually like to cut chicken like that. It's easier to cut. I don't know, just keeps it together. But I'm gonna do big chunks, and this will be for the butter chicken tomorrow, I think is what I'm gonna do for that. I don't want the chicken in the crock pot. I'm gonna cook this in the crock pot. I don't want shredded chicken, so I'm not gonna cook it like super long time. I've never done this before in the crock pot where I'm trying to keep it chunky. So I hope it works. I think it will. I think as long as I don't go like too long, it'll be fine. So that will be my chicken for the buttered chicken. And putting it straight in the crock pot. Asher, you can hang on. He just went outside. He does not need to go back outside. Well, it's been a few hours, but still, he's a big dog. And then I'm going to keep this one whole. Then I got to figure out how I'm going to do the thighs for my husband. I'm going to keep the chicken thighs whole so I can separate them from mine. And I'll cut them once they cook. But they're thin that I think they'll cook the same. And these are boneless, sorry. I think they'll cook at the same speed. So, who knows? Directly in the crock pot too. And that is a lot of protein for that meal. But we don't mind. We always like our protein. For tonight's chicken, I am just going to season it up with definitely some salt and pepper. And let's see what good spices I got. I'll go with this one. We're going to go with this Trader Joe's citrusy garlic. And I will say this seasoning goes a long way so you don't have to over season it. Just going to put the lid on these and shake these up. And these will stay in the refrigerator just to, you know, soak in the marinade. Give them a good shake so it gets mixed. Obviously, you could add oil, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want the points. Yep, got them all dispersed. So these will be cooked for tonight's dinner. Now for tomorrow's dinner, I have the chicken in there. I'm just going to add a little bit of water, not much. Mainly just so it doesn't like stick to the bottom or anything. Going to add some salt, more pepper. Don't know why I put it up earlier. I'm always like that. Add some garlic powder. And then I'm also gonna add just some chicken bouillon. Okay, so I got all that chicken prepped. I think I'm just gonna do it on I think I'm gonna do it on high for 4 hours, and then I'll just check it throughout the day. What I do need to do is drink some dang water. I have barely had any water today. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I haven't had any water today. I mean, I drank like my melted ice from my coffee in this cup, but I haven't had any water. That's horrible. That's really bad. I don't know why I'm doing that. So I'm going to try to chug this and then refill it real quick. Okay, got to get back to work. I'm going to move from my dining room to my bed. My legs need to stretch out. I try not to work from bed, but the way my dining room table is after a while, my legs start to get cramped. So it'll be fun. So I am done with my work day, thank goodness. And I was about to head out to the grocery store because I got to pick up one thing for tonight's meal. I actually forgot to add it to my grocery order this week. But this pineapple, I'm using it tonight for dinner. And it felt not that soft. So I wanted to go ahead and cut it open in case I need to pick up a new pineapple. But I don't know why. My produce this week was not good. Like, hardly any of it. I don't know if it's the weather or what, because we had that, like, cold front come through. And I know it's been, like, all over. But anyhow, just cutting my pineapple. This little thing's pretty handy. It's pretty... Why must you bark? They didn't bark, like, pretty much, besides when he was outside playing. They didn't bark during the day, but the closer it gets to like the time when Daddy comes home. Daddy is not home. I was just telling a story. But when they think he's coming home, any little noise they hear, they assume it's him and they bark and take off running. They've been doing it for the past like hour. So yeah, the core's like left in there. And getting it out is dangerous. That's the problem with using this thing. But it does work perfectly. So there is my pineapple. It's a little less than fresh, but it'll work. That's mainly why I was making this meal tonight versus having the butter chicken, because I wanted to use this pineapple before it went bad. Good, I don't have to buy another pineapple. Yay. Okay, I'm going to put this away and run to the grocery store to pick up some coleslaw and my prescription's ready. So, fun. So, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know that I have a serious issue with the H-E-B near me. It's like insanely busy always. Last month, I stopped grocery shopping there. Like, I haven't been inside the store to grocery shop in months. But I always had to get my prescription. Last month, it took me like an hour standing in line to get my prescription. And I told myself, okay, you need to transfer your prescription. Well, of course, I didn't do it. And then today, I was like, it won't be bad. I'm going at 5. People won't be home from work yet. I assume people that live in Waxahachie work in Dallas or somewhere, not in Waxahachie that much. So I was like, I'll just run up there. And I needed the coleslaw. Oh my goodness, people. It took an hour to do that. Like, you should be able to run in a grocery store in like minutes. It's insane. Like, the entry I tried to go in, I couldn't even go into park. I had to like end up going around because I got tired of waiting in line. But that is my rant for the day. But I got 2 fun things that I just happened to see walking through the store, and I've always wanted to try them. And I did pre-scan them to make sure they were acceptable, since I'm trying to be strict on myself. So let's go home and cook. Hopefully my husband got there and could start the grill for me. And the chicken for tomorrow, it smells really good. So here's what it looks like. And I'll definitely be able to separate the thighs from the white. So that's good. I don't know how I'll do that when I'm cooking it tomorrow. That'll be a fun challenge. But I'm going to turn this off and let it cool. It cooked up just like I want, so it'll make preparing dinner tomorrow easy peasy. Let me show you what I picked up at the store. So I got the coleslaw mix for tonight's dinner. Got the green onions for tonight's dinner. I looked up the recipe before I went to the grocery store, and I'm glad I did because I would have forgot the green onions. Got a jalapeno to add to the meal. And then a few other things I just needed. I needed a sticky roller. And then here's the two things I just saw when I was walking by. The legendary Pop-Tarts. I haven't tried these, and I scanned it, and it said it was only 3 points. So I can't wait to give that a go one day. And then I've been seeing everyone drink these core protein drinks, and this one has 42 grams of protein. So if I split this over 2 coffees, right now when I split mine, I'm only getting 10 grams of protein, so I'd be getting 20 grams of protein. And I think it's the same amount of points, so that's fun. But these are for a later day. Okay, this may be weird that I'm filming in my bedroom, but I was heading to work. And I'm probably not going to film what I eat in a day today. Today's going to be crazy at work. But I am trying this Core Power Elite Chocolate Protein drink. I was going to say shake, but I guess it's not really a shake. But it's 42 grams of protein and 230 calories, and it's 4 WW points. I'm not going to drink the whole thing, but I just wanted to get my initial reaction like on camera just to see what I think. And my camera was in my bedroom. Oh, wow. That is good. I do not do protein drinks. Like, even though Lonnie knew I don't drink them by themselves, this almost tastes just like Borden's Dutch chocolate. How did they do that? And I brushed my teeth not too long ago, so I know it'd even be better. Oh my goodness, I may drink it all. That's freaking good. Ooh, these may get me in trouble. But if I drink this in the morning instead of having breakfast for 4 points, that's a good one. I'm not going to drink it today. I'm going to save it, I think. And the reason for that is because we're eating out for lunch at work. So, dang, I want to keep drinking it. I love chocolate milk. I love Dutch chocolate milk. Okay, I have never in my life downed a chocolate or a protein drink like that. It's all the way to here. So I'm going to have to count probably, let me see. I'm going to count a point because it's 4 points total. And it's about to here. So, woo, go get you some. This is so good. And I think they carry it at Costco. So I just quickly looked at both of these in the Weight Watcher app. This is a Bearbell that I eat after working out. Usually I half it because I wanted to know they're similar in calories and they're similar in protein. They have the same protein. They both have 20 grams. So I didn't understand why this one was 3 points and these are 5 points. And so I looked and it looks like what's driving it is this one has way more fiber and it also has less saturated fat. So this one has 1.5 grams of saturated fat and this one has 3 grams of saturated fat. So I don't know if it's the fiber driving the 2 point difference or the saturated fat, because other than that, like they were both the same, like no added sugars, that sort of thing. This one has 4 more carbs than this one. So I would have thought that would account for the fiber, but I don't know. That's Weight Watchers math for you. Who knows? I wish these were 3. Okay, my grill is coming up to temp. While it does, I'm going to go ahead and make this slaw because it'll only get better. So this is a recipe I've shared before, but it's fairly quick, so I figured I'd go ahead and share it again. I'm just using light mayo, and 1 point is 17 grams, so I'm going to double that and use 34 grams. It's me and my husband. We're just making 2 servings. That's a lot. I don't need 34 grams. That's a lot. I'm only using 30 grams. 31 grams. And then I'm going to add to that the juice of 1 lime. And give it some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to whisk this all up. Eight ounces of shredded coleslaw straight in. A whole bushel of the whites of the green onions. Add that in. I'm going to save the tops. Most of the tops. I love green onions. And then I also have a jalapeno I diced up. Or I didn't dice it up, that's a lie. I shredded it up on my mandolin just to have it super thin, and now I'm just roughly running my knife through it. But obviously, if you don't like spice, just leave this out. The original recipe didn't even call for it. So I'm just going to toss this all together and let it mingle and those flavors marry while my husband and I are going to go do another mobility. He told me it was called like head and shoulders, knees and toes or something. I don't know. Something similar to that. But this will be good. Oh, already looking yummy. I'll check it for salt and pepper too once it like melts. Because if you've ever made any type of coleslaw, you know it seems like at this point that I need more liquid. And it's tricking you. You don't. It'll sweat out and it'll be perfect. So leave it alone at least for like 5 or 10 minutes before you add any more liquid to it. Trust me on that. Coleslaw is something we don't eat enough that's low point. So I need to incorporate it more often. I always forget it can be a side. Dinner is almost ready. The chicken breasts are almost ready on the pit. So I'm just going to microwave this bag of jasmine rice. Those are from Trader Joe's and it's 3 minutes and it's 2 cups. And I just realized if you scan it, it says it's 5 points. But a cup of jasmine rice is 6 points, and I checked the nutrition and it is in there wrong. So be careful there, but let's get something to go grab the meat. Let's go get it. And it is back cold outside. My little pit is struggling in the cold. But I really think this meal is just better grilled. So there they are, and I'm gonna pop them off. I said chicken breast earlier, but it's actually thighs and breast. Thighs are gonna be for my husband, and the breast will be for me. Time to build the bowls. I just diced up the meat, and now that I'm looking at it, it looks like a ton of meat, but we're both pretty hungry, so we'll see. I'm just dividing the rice in half. Obviously, it's more accurate if you weigh it. I just eyeball it. And that was definitely not even. Just a thin layer on the bottom of the bowl. And then on my husband's, I'm gonna do the thighs. He'll love that. And then I'm gonna take half the slaw. And again, this is a really bulk meal. If it seems weird, just know it's not, and it's so freaking delicious. And then 2 pineapples on top. And then his I don't have to measure, but the end ingredient is this Sweet Baby Ray's teriyaki that's so good and low in points. And he doesn't care about his weight, so just gonna do a big portion drizzled on the top. Well, not too big. And then the green onion tops to top it off. That is it. Let me build the other one. And then I'm gonna measure mine 2 tablespoons for 2 points. Okay, dinner is ready. Let's go over the points really quickly. The rice is 6 points. It's 1 point for the slaw because of that mayonnaise. And then 2 points for the Sweet Baby Ray's. So what's that? 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a 9-point bowl. And I tell you, it is hefty. I've only ever had it once and it was so freaking delicious. So I hope it's just as good. It should be. I used the same everything. The only thing different this time is it has jalapenos, but that shouldn't be a thing. And I think I have exactly 9 points left. So right now, so I think I'm at my points for the night, but I may like go 1 or 2 over and have a snack. We'll see. Okay, friends, I am back and I am going to have 2 of these frozen blueberry true foods. I absolutely love these, and 2 of them are only 1 point. You just let them thaw for like 15 minutes before you eat them. But I think these little things are so delicious. This was the first true food I have tried, and I love them. I'm surprised. I don't really like dark chocolate, so I was really, really surprised. But these aren't like the fruit, what is that? Freeze-dried? Yeah, these aren't freeze-dried. They're just frozen, but you thaw them before. Anyhow, I had them like traveling a while back, and then I went back to Oklahoma City and bought them again. I'm sure you can buy them anywhere, but that's just, it was a coffee shop I knew had them, so I brought them all the way back from Oklahoma City. But that will end the night with 24 points, so I had to dip into my weeklies, 1 point to have this snack, but well worth it to me. And thanks for following along, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh shit. Oh no, Gamble, I'm sorry. Oh no, I knocked it. Knocked the Gamble, I heard it. I really heard it.
You heard what?
The Gamble thingy.
Oh, that's not good.
Mm-mm.